This is Jocelyn from the Seattle Chinese Times. I'm here with Brad Meacham. He's born and raised in Seattle. So Brad, why don't you tell our reader a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, my name's Brad Meacham. As was mentioned, I was born and raised in Seattle, and I lived abroad for a number of years. I came back to Seattle to contribute to this community and raise a family here. My wife and I are raising a baby boy in the Rainier Valley in Columbia City, and I'm running for City Council Position 3 because I want to make sure that this city offers as much opportunity for people like him and the next generation as it did for me.
That sounds amazing. So one of your biggest mission is to increase jobs, businesses, services in local neighborhoods. So how will you do that, and what benefits will you bring to the ethnic community?
Well, it starts with a vision of what the city could be. You know, Seattle is the capital of the Pacific Northwest, and I want to make sure that Seattle is the obvious place that people go to create jobs and create businesses and then grow businesses. The city government can't create jobs itself, but we can create an environment where people want to develop business and provide jobs. And as a council person, I pledge to represent everybody in the city and make sure that it works for everybody. I'll give you one specific. I have a plan to create better core neighborhoods in Seattle. So that means areas like Columbia City or Capitol Hill or Northgate, where you have more housing, more affordable housing, make it incentivize more businesses and more services so people can live and work in closer proximity and walk to those things, and then make sure that we have the transit to get from that core neighborhood to another core neighborhood, to make it easier to get around Seattle. That'll help everybody, and it'll also help our economy. So
why should our voter vote for you?
Well, there are a couple of things. One, I've got a strong vision of what this city could be. We've been talking about great cities around the world and best practices that we could implement from places in Asia and around the United States and even up the street in Vancouver. Lots of best practices that we can implement and make uniquely Seattle. And there are policies that we can implement to make Seattle work better for newcomers as well, by creating an Office of Immigrant Affairs, for example, to make Seattle work better for everyone. And then the second thing is I pledge to be accessible. I live in the neighborhood and I'm visible in the neighborhood, and I want to make sure that Seattle works for everyone here, not just the people who have the time to go to the meetings and can write checks, but everybody.
Great. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you.